Rock and Roll Geek Show 700.
Still rocking after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA, online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original rock and roll geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Monday, June 27th, 2016, when I'm recording this show. And I know it's been 2 weeks since I've done a show, but I have been actually deathly ill. Deathly ill? No, I've been deathly ill, sick, since 2 Fridays ago. The Butlers had a gig in Oakland at a place called the Uptown. I went down the street and I went to a ramen place. I had ramen soup, which seems to be, how can you get sick from ramen soup, right? And I had gyoza, and then I had some kind of rice dish that had sea urchin, salmon eggs, and I believe a regular egg in it. And I don't know. As soon as I finished eating, I got really sick. So I was running in and out of the bathroom at our gig the entire night. And ever since then, I have been running in and out of the bathroom. Every time I eat, I have to go to the bathroom. I mean, every single day. It's been like that. It's going on 2 weeks now. The last time something like this happened, hold on, let me take a sip of this fine Tecate. I'm opening up my first Tecate. I've actually gone a few days I've gone in and out of not drinking because I thought maybe the beer was making me sick, but no. Let me take a sip of this fine Tecate. First sip of the day. And it's always the best. The thing about it is, nothing makes me. Sometimes when you get sick, the thought of food can make you sick. Not me. I have a complete appetite. I love the taste of beer, especially Tecate. Everything's fine. It's only after I eat it or drink it that I get sick. So I don't mean to throw my problems on you, friends, but since this show is my life, I'm letting you know some of my life. I'm letting you know basically why I haven't done a show in 2 weeks. Excuse me, I'm burping up this fine Tecate. If I burp, it helps me not to have to use the bathroom. So if I have to pause the show, my studio is right next to the bathroom. I don't know if you've ever seen my studio. It's a room that is about, it's about 9 feet, maybe 8 or 9 feet by maybe 6 or 7 feet. It's like the size of a large closet. It's adjoined to the master bathroom, and on the other side of the master bathroom is the master bedroom. So basically what I'm saying is, if I get sick, I'll just pause the show and I'll run next door to the bathroom and blast off. Haven't had to puke. I've been feeling nauseous, but after I eat, but I don't have to puke, but I have been having to do the other. Every day. You know what it's like having to do that every day? Last time this happened to me was when I was on tour with American Heartbreak. We played Croatia, and before the gig, we went to this really cool restaurant/bar and had all these blood sausages and one of the best meals of my life, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But right after that, I was sick for the entire tour. Every time I ate something, I had to use the bathroom. And when you have to use the bathroom every time you eat something or even drink something, when you're in a van with a bunch of other people and tell them you have to pull over every 10 minutes, not a very pleasant time for everybody, but I managed to pull through that tour. I probably lost about 30 pounds on that tour. I was probably just barely over 100 pounds by the time that tour was over. I probably have lost weight now. I haven't weighed myself because I don't have a scale here and I don't really care to. But yeah, that's the last time I've been this sick. I have a doctor's appointment on Thursday and we'll see what he says. I'm thinking maybe I have some kind of a worm or something. You know, I eat kind of weird food, and maybe I caught a worm. Maybe I have colon cancer, or maybe I have Crohn's disease. Who knows? Maybe the doctor can help me out and tell me. But, friends, I'm going to power through it because I have missed you so for these past 2 weeks. I'm going to okay. I was going to, I'm not sure what I'm going to, I was going to do a track by track of the new Bunny Carlos record, and I may do that. It's Bunny Carlos' solo album called Welcome to Venezuela. It's kind of it's a covers album. It's kind of a Nuggets album. I don't know if you know what the Nuggets series are. I think Lenny Kaye might have started this. Lenny Kaye, the guitar player for Patti Smith Group. He does these compilations of all these rare garage band songs. It's kind of like that. So I've planned on doing that, and I still may if I have time. But I remember my friend David Benda sending me this link about Meatloaf. Let me see if I can find the link here. The title of the link is Meatloaf recovering well after he collapses on stage in Canada. And it got me thinking, well, first of all, he was recovering Friday after, this was posted a week and a half ago. Meatloaf was recovering Friday after collapsing on stage while performing at a concert in the Canadian city of Edmonton. He was doing the song, I Would Do Anything for Love. Let me see if I can find that song here. I Would Do Anything for Love, which is on, I think that is on Bat Out of Hell. Meatloaf, very talented guy, in my opinion. Is it on, I don't know it. It's not on that album, and I don't have that song. The song is, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. I think there is a video clip of him actually doing this. Let me see if I can find it here. He's playing the song, and the microphone, and he drops the microphone, and it goes clank on the floor. And the person filming this starts laughing because they think it's part of the act. And he falls down on the floor and then Then he just passes out. One by one, the band stops playing, and they go to his side. And the people in the audience think it's part of the act because Meatloaf, is kind of very theatrical on stage. Anyway. The place got silent. And I was thinking, Meatloaf could die. People were talking about him dying back in the 70s when Bat Out of Hell came out. He was overweight and he was passing out on stage way back then. People thought he was going to die. Is he in the Mad at Dad death pool? I will look when I get a chance. He's got a new album actually coming out in September called Better Than We Are, which has a song that's a reunion between him and Ellen Foley, I'm looking forward to that. It's another Jim Steinman album. The album called Hang Cool Teddy Bear, one of my favorite albums when that came out. It might have been my favorite album of the year actually. So what I thought I would do tonight, and like I said, if I have time, I'm going to do a track by track of the Bunny Carlos. And if I'm not too sick, I don't know, my stomach is about to spin. It's my 700th episode, by the way, tonight. It's been 700 episodes. No big celebration tonight. I'm going to celebrate by sitting on the toilet, my 700th episode. So maybe that'll be the album art, just a toilet. 700 episodes. Not many podcasters have done 700. I tried to do one almost every week, so 700. Am I going to pat myself on the back for 700? No, not a big celebration. Just another rock and roll geek show, friends. Let me take a sip of this fine Tecate. It still tastes good. I still love beer. Even when I'm sick, I love it. All right. What was I talking about? I forgot. Oh, he's got a new album called Braver Than We Are coming out. You can actually buy an autographed copy of the vinyl for $29.98 on Amazon Prime. I may do that. I wouldn't mind. I would love to to have Meatloaf on the Rock and Roll Geek Show. If anybody knows Meatloaf or somebody in the Meatloaf camp and can make that happen, that would be awesome. I think he would be a good guest. I have always been a fan of Meatloaf. And I thought, anyway, I figured since he could die, and I believe he is in the Mad at Dad death pool, I will look and see who has him. Pardon me, I'm burping up this fine Tecate again. I thought since Meatloaf could die, to me it's better to pay tribute to somebody before they're dead than to pay tribute after. As soon as somebody dies, all the tributes come out and saying, "Oh, I was a fan way back then. I was more of a fan than you, and here's my tribute to Meatloaf," or whoever died, to Prince or whatever. Well, I'm doing my tribute to Meatloaf before he dies, friends. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to convince you, because a lot of people think that Meatloaf is cheesy. I'm going to try to convince you that Meatloaf is not so cheesy. He might be a little bit cheesy, but I think Meatloaf is actually a major talent. Not a songwriting talent, because I don't know that he writes a lot of his own songs, but I think that guy's a fucking great singer and a great performer. And to prove it to you, I'm going to try to play some songs that then maybe you will think that will convince you the greatness of Meatloaf. So here, if a lot of people don't know, he was on the second Ted Nugent solo album called Free For All. I'm going to play a song from Free For All, and then I'll come back and talk about Free For All. Here's Street Rats with Meatloaf on vocals.
In the cellar,
There you go. Street Rats. That's from Ted Nugent's Free For All. Derek St. Holmes was the singer on the first Ted Nugent solo album, which was just called Ted Nugent. And then during the making of Free For All, Ted and Derek St. Holmes had a falling out. Derek St. Holmes told me this when he came up and played with the Butlers at NAMS a few years back, and I cornered him and questioned him, and I wish I could get Derek St. Holmes on the show. He won't come on. The guy just says he'll come on. He doesn't return my emails or whatever. But I cornered him actually before the Butlers played with him. We were standing outside, and I grilled him about his time with Ted Nugent. And during the making of Free For All, he had a falling out with Ted Nugent, and supposedly he had a fist fight with Ted Nugent. He quit the band, and so they brought in Meatloaf, and Meatloaf sang on 5 songs on that Free For All album. And I think Meatloaf. I mean, listen, did you heard that song? I think Meatloaf's voice sounds perfect for Ted Nugent. Those songs, I mean, I love Derek St. Holmes' vocals, and he sounds perfect for Ted Nugent too, but there's just some kind of ballsiness about Meatloaf's voice that is a perfect fit for Ted's guitar playing. So yeah, that was on Meatloaf, and if that doesn't convince you, I will try more to convince you. Before I do that, though, why don't we being me, thank the people who donated to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. It's been a long time since I've thanked some people, so why don't we thank some people? There are several ways you can donate to the show. First of all, you can send me things in the mail like Adam Turetsky did. He saved the show by sending me a new used computer. He's an IT guy at a school and sent me a computer, a Mac Pro desktop, just like the one that died. And if it wasn't for Adam Turetsky, I wouldn't be doing a show even tonight, friends. I'd be having to save up money to buy a new computer, which I'm going to eventually have to do anyway because this is an old computer. It's great of him to send it to me, but it's an old computer and it could die at any minute as well. So far it's holding up okay. It's a little slow, and I get a lot of spinning beach balls. I'm not sure if that's because it's the old computer or if I have so much crap on my computer. I don't know, but eventually I'm going to have to buy my own computer. All right. There's other ways to donate too. You can donate on Patreon. First, let me find some. Why don't I find some Meatloaf music to play in the background? How about "Bat Out of Hell"? A little prog rock. Sounds like Emerson, Lake and Palmer. You can donate on Patreon. Patreon.com/RNRGeek. Like Chiaki Hinohara, my good friend Chiaki of the Metal Moment podcast and the Japanese Metalhead show. We went on a sea foraging tour on Saturday. This guy who's a total geek. There's these foraging tours you can go on. I took one that was just like edible wild plants of the Bay Area. I did that by myself, but on Saturday, Chiaki and I went, and this guy took us around and showed how to find your own food in the San Francisco Bay, and it was extremely interesting. This guy was a total geek. This guy named Kirk Lombardo, or I think that's his name, Kirk Lombardo. He was on Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmer, which is one of my favorite shows. It was a very entertaining tour, and the guy's a real character, and I learned a lot. Chiaki and I did that on Saturday. Thank you, Chiaki, for donating to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. Friend, he's a Patreon donor. Every episode, he donates $5. And Brian Springer also donates on Patreon, $5. Let's get to Meatloaf singing here. Not a huge fan of Jim Steinman's over-the-top songwriting, although I do like the Bonnie Tyler stuff. Oh, here we go. Here's a little Meatloaf. How could you not like that voice?
There's a man in the shadows with a gun in his eye and a blade shining oh so bright. There's evil in the air and there's thunder in the sky and a killer's on the bloodshot streets. On down in the tunnel with a deadly horizon. Oh, I swear I saw a young boy down in the gutter. He was starting to foam in the heat.
And Meatloaf's daughter is, I think she's married to the guy from Anthrax, Scott Ian.
Wherever you are and wherever you go, there's always gonna be some light. But I gotta get out, I gotta break it out now before the final crack of dawn. So we gotta make the most of our one night together. When it's over, you know we'll both be so.
This is probably not the song to try to convince you that Meatloaf's so great. I don't know, I like it. Thank you to Dave Slusher, my podcast mentor and co-host of Mad at Dad. We're supposed to be doing a Mad at Dad tonight. I sent Dave an email or a Facebook message. Hey man, can we do the show later on this week? Because I really need to do a Rock and Roll Geek show. So we're going to do our show, Mad at Dad, on Thursday. If you ever want to listen to Mad at Dad live, follow the Mad at Dad podcast on the Facebook, and we always post when we're doing a show. It's usually on Monday, but this week it's going to be Thursday at 7:15 p.m. Pacific time. That's 10:15 Eastern time. Thank you to Matthew Hunt, donates $2 every episode on Patreon. Thank you to Eric Stoll, the rock and roll mailman, donates $2 every episode. Robert Harvey, $2 every episode. Thank you, Robert Harvey. Thank you to Corey Kohler for the $1 every episode on Patreon. And finally, thank you to John Richardson for the $1 every episode on Patreon. That's 2 ways you can donate to the show. There is also an Amazon affiliate link on rockandrollgeek.com. If you're buying anything on Amazon, go through the link of Rock and Roll Geek Show, and I get a small kickback. It doesn't cost you any extra money. Eddie Trunk has it on his show, but use mine. Eddie Trunk doesn't need the money as bad as I do, friends. If you're going to buy something on Amazon, just click through the link on rockandrollgeek.com. It would help me out, friends. You can also donate on PayPal. Let me find a different Meatloaf tune. One of my favorite albums, Hang Cool Teddy Bear. I think that was my favorite album that came out that year. How about this? This album was co-written by Justin Hawkins from The Darkness and the guy from Foxy Shazam. This is a great album.
I'm just a white boy. I play the kid.
Thank you to Mario Zoth for donating $2 every month on PayPal. Thank you to Paul Fondry for the $10 donation. Thank you to Jeff Thielke for the $10. Thank you to David Ivey for the $5. Thanks to Adrian Boschrock on the Rock and Roll Geek forums and the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook page. The forums are still active, but they're kind of not very well maintained by me, so it's probably right now it's a better way to have a discussion on about the Rock and Roll Geek Show and everything rock and roll related is to sign up for the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook page, which I didn't start, but I do approve people. So go there and ask to be approved, and I will probably do it within an hour, probably. Thank you, Adrian Bosch and Boschrock, for the $2. Thanks to Keenan O'Meara from Sebas Rockets for the $5. Thanks to a new donor, John Tennis, for the $5.
We got the good friends. We don't sit going all the time out in the wilderness. She always looks fine.
This is a great album. Thank you to Greg Long for the $5. Thanks to Dave Franco for the $10. Thanks to Dean Gillespie for the $5. Thanks to James Fenners for $10. Thanks to Kelly Mitchell for the $5. By the way, I am fucking starving, and I'm dreading eating. The food tastes so good. I'm dreading eating because I know as soon as I eat, I'm going to have to use the bathroom, but I am starving. Thank you to Richard Strom for the $5. Thank you to Sigmund Hydasher for the $5. Thank you to Richard Fusey for the $2. Thanks to Christian Figueredo for the $10. Speaking of Christian Figueredo, let me pause this for a second. Last episode, I got off on a tangent saying we could start. Why don't we start our own hard rock and heavy metal Hall of Fame? And we can have free beer, and we can invite all of our favorite rock stars. We can induct them into the Hard Rock and Heavy Metal Hall of Fame. And then we can have a party that only us are invited to with our favorite rock stars, and we can drink for free, and we'll have strippers. Well, where am I going with this? I lost my... Christian Figueredo apparently is all on board with this, and he's already got the ball rolling. So we may be making this happen, friends. Hard Rock and Heavy Metal Hall of Fame with just our little closed group, just like they did on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So stay tuned for that. We're working on it behind the scenes. Well, we being Christian Figueredo, okay, but I'm going to be the mouthpiece of it, and Christian Figueredo is going to do all the work. Okay, we're getting a domain name, we're getting a website started, and that's a start, friends. We're going to probably have to do a Kickstarter or something like that to get it going, but hey, if it happens, how cool will it be? It'll just be us rock and roll geek friends. It'll be our own Hall of Fame, motherfuckers. All right, back to you, Meatloaf.
She's hard. I'm going in. Going in. You don't know where she's been.
Now, check this out. I say this with the deepest appreciation for all you ladies out there, especially the ones who have shown a little love for someone such as myself. You believe in me. You love me.
Thank you. I love Meatloaf. Thank you, Andrew Howe, for the $5. Thanks to Dale Roller for the $5. Thanks to Jason Shepard for the $10 from the Harrington Saints and formerly of Romeo's Dead. Thanks to Christopher Del Grande for the $5. Thanks to Jero Carroll for the $5. And Jerry, I probably put your name down on the Rock and Roll Geek Show as Jerry. I apologize if that's wrong. Thanks to friend of the show and friend of mine, Todd Cunningham, for the $10. Thanks to John Offenlock for the $5. Thanks to Lassie Sattverhagen for the $2. Thanks to, try to hurry here, Jeffrey Canaparoli for the $2. Thanks to Stephen Mascord for the $5. Thanks to John Skiller for the $2. Thank you, Brad Lisco, for the $10. Thanks to Ralph Miller, friend of mine and friend of the show, for the $10. Ralph was at the Featherwood show on Saturday. It was a great, fun night. Nice to see Ralph. Thanks to Michael Vittoria. Is it Vittoria or Viloria? I think it's Vittoria, for the $2. If I said your name wrong, I apologize, Michael. All right, we'll get one more, find another song here. Off the same album. How about, here we go. Thanks to Bradford Page for the $2.
Hey there, girl.
Thanks to Dave Jackson and the School of Podcasting for the $10. Thanks to Chris Stanley for the $10. Chris Stanley, the guy who turned me on to the tip. And the motherfucking singer for the tip will not return my messages asking him to come on the show. So if you know the tip, let him know that he's a dick for not coming on the Rock and Roll Geek Show. All right, he's not a dick. I don't know.
I know you're the queen.
Thanks to John Baveri for the $5. Thanks to Peter Spark for the $2.
Tell you.
He can barely fit his dick in his pants. That either means he's so turned on or he's just well endowed. I don't know. And I don't care. All right, where am I here? Thanks to Lassie, where am I? Okay, John Baveri for the $5. Thanks to Peter Spark for the $2. Thanks to Michael Mack, friend of the show, for the $2. Thanks to Patrick Shanahan for the $20. Thanks to Chris Harrison for the $10. A little light on the donations, but thank you everybody who donated anyway. I really appreciate it. Without your donations, this show would die a horrible, putrid, stench-filled, going to the bathroom every day for 2 weeks. And my God, does it smell bad. Oh my God, it's horrible smelling. And it could be like Meatloaf passing out on the stage, a stench-filled, horrible death.
Tell you.
Seriously, friends, thank you for the donations that keeps the show alive. I really appreciate it. I take a sip of this fine Tecate to everybody. All right. We'll try to convince you a little bit more about how great Meatloaf is. We're already half hour into this thing. I'm going to play another song from Ted Nugent Free For All. Every song he sings on this album is rock and roll. Here's the song called Hammer Down, one of my very favorite Ted Nugent songs of all time, which he's probably never, ever played live. Hammer Down. There you go. The great Meatloaf. If you don't have Free For All, do not look on the bonus content of this episode, episode 700 on the Rock and Roll Geek app, which I probably haven't updated, so I need to update. But do not look in the bonus content because there will not be a link to where you can download Free For All with the great Meatloaf on singing on 5 songs. That will not be bonus content on episode 700 on the Rock and Roll Geek iPhone and Android app, because that would just be wrong, friends. Do not look, because it won't be there, because it'll just be wrong. Don't click the little red or the little white circle that says E, and don't click on that, because there will not be a link to where you can download Free For All. All right, there you go. All right. I'm going to try to convince you a little bit more on the greatness of Meatloaf. His third album he did, it's called Dead Ringer, and this is a song, believe it or not, he's doing a duet with Cher. It's a pretty damn rock and roll song, in my opinion. This song is called Dead Ringer for Love.
I got a dream, I need a car. You got me begging on my knees, come on and throw a dog a bone. A man he doesn't get by rock and rollin' through alone. Baby, baby, rock and rollin' through, rock and rollin' through. They don't mean a thing when I compare them next to you. Rock and rollin' through, rock and rollin' through. I know that you and I, we got better things to do. I don't know who you are, what you do, where you go, and you're not around. I don't know anything about you, baby, but you're everything I'm dreaming of. I don't know who you are, but you're a real dead ringer for love. A real dead ringer for love. Ever since I can remember, you've been hanging around this joint. You've been trying to look away, but now you finally got the point. I don't have to know your name, and I won't tell you what to do. But a girl, she doesn't live my only rock and rollin' through. Baby, 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 rock and rollin' through, rock and rollin' through. They don't mean a thing when I compare them next to you. Rock and rollin' through, rock and rollin' through. I know that you and I, we got better things to do. I don't know who you are, what you do, where you go, and you're not around. I don't know anything about you, baby, but you're everything I'm dreaming of. I don't know who you are, but you're a real dead ringer for love. A real dead ringer for love. Ooh, you got the kind of legs that do more than walk. I don't have to listen to your memory talk. Listen, you got the kind of eyes that do more than see. You got a lot of nerve to call on the beat. Oh, you got the kind of lips that do more than drink. You got the kind of mind that does everything. But since I'm feeling kind of lonely, my defense is alone. Why don't we give it a shot? Get it ready to go. I'm looking for an honor, love some freedom, satisfaction. I wanna tell my daddy I'm been doing it now. Yeah, since I can remember, I've been hanging around this joint. Daddy never noticed, now you finally get the point. You got that begging on my knees, come on and throw the dog a bone. A man he doesn't live by rock and rollin' through alone. Baby, 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 rock and rollin' through, rock and rollin' through. I know that you and I, we got better things to do. Rock and rollin' through, rock and rollin' through. They don't mean a thing when I compare them next to you. I don't know who you are, what you do, where you go, and you're not around. I don't know anything about you, baby, but you're everything I'm dreaming of. I don't know who you are, but you're a real dead ringer for love. A real dead ringer for love.
All right, there you go. I hope that somewhat convinced you that Meatloaf is pretty damn great, in my opinion. I hope I convinced you somewhat. I'm not going to try to convince you any more than that. I think we're going to do a track by track of the new Bunny Carlos. But first, I have an audio comment that I forgot to play last week. I'll play other audio comments on the next show. Please, by the way, area code 706-621-ROCK. That's the comment line, area code 706-621-7625. Send me a show review. If you go to a show, leave me a comment and tell me how the show was. And if you want to be the roving reporter and write down every song, and you can be the reporter, and I will. You'll be my roving reporter. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, I'll sing along to the songs. I don't know. But thank you. I would really appreciate it. Put it in your cell phone, too. If you have anything to say, tell me, Butler, you're an asshole for taking 2 weeks off, or Butler, your show sucks. You need to stop doing it. Butler, we don't want to hear about you being sick, going to the bathroom for 2 weeks. Butler, you are ugly. Butler, you hunt, and I hate you because you hunt. Anything. Or Butler, you're the most beautiful guy in the world, and I'm a hot chick. All right. Anything. Area code 706-721. Wait, area code 706-621-ROCK. That's area code 706-621-7625. Like this guy did. Hello? 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 Spinning beach ball? Oh, hi, spinning beach ball. How you doing? Oh, not too bad. Well, spinning beach ball, you sound just like Michael Butler. Yeah, I know, but that's because, I don't know, I'm spinning beach ball. What do you want from me? All right, spinning beach ball. Hello, comment. Hello, caller. Hello. Hello. Oh, fuck.
Hey, Michael, Bruce, the rock and roll banker in San Antonio.
Hey, Bruce, the rock and roll banker. San Antonio, okay.
Called you a couple of times, once about a fishing trip down in the Gulf, and once on the Rush R40 tour. Anyway, just watched Saturday Night Live. Was wondering if you saw it and if you know or have heard of Courtney Barnett.
I know of Courtney Barnett. I did not see the Saturday Night Live episode. Courtney Barnett, she's a very, she's kind of a tomboy, but she's really attractive to me. And her voice reminds me a lot. I think she's Australian, right? Am I right? What's this guy's name? Rock and Roll Banker. Am I right? Rock and Roll Banker.
I was pretty impressed. So
I think she's from Australia.
If you know anything about her, give us your thoughts. I thought she was great. She's out of Melbourne.
Melbourne, Australia. That's right. She reminds me a little of Chrissy Amphlett with her voice. The music's a little too indie rock for me, but I like her voice. The songs don't really knock me out, but she plays guitar. She's kind of cool looking, and she's very cute, and I love her voice.
CD's out, so I'm going to pick up her stuff. And the bass player was awesome. The bass wasn't too low.
Wasn't too high, you mean?
Anyway, if you have anything, maybe play a tune by her. But anyway, enjoyed it. Let me know. Thanks.
All right,
Bye.
thanks, Rock and Roll Banker. She sounds a little like Chrissy Amphlett to me. This song here probably, this is called Pedestrian at Best.
I love you, I hate you, I'm on the fence, it all depends whether I'm up, I'm down, I'm on the mend, transcending all reality. I like you, despise you, admire you, what are we gonna do when everything all falls through? I must confess I've made a mess of what should be a small success, but I digress, at least I've tried my very best, I guess. This, that, the other, why even bother? It won't be with me on my deathbed, but I'll still be in your head. Put me on a pedestal and I'll only
You get the idea. A little too indie rock for my taste, but she's got a little bit of balls on her. All right, thanks for the audio comment, Rock and Roll Banker. I really appreciate it, friend. All right, you ready to do the track by track of the Bunny Carlos? Let me see if I can find it here. Bun E. Let's see here. Okay. I bought this album on Amazon, and it came with the digital booklet. I actually paid for this album. So we will decide if I got my money's worth. I think I paid $10 for it or something. It is called Greetings from Venezuela. Venezuela. It on the front cover. I have the album art on. It's a PDF. It came with digital album art. Bunny Carlos is in the Cheap Trick font, and it's a black background with the Cheap Trick font says Bun E Carlos, and there's a postcard on the front of the album, and it's a picture of a beach, and on the beach it says greetings written in sand, and there's like a cartoon of Bunny's face, and it's got a drum seat and an umbrella, and on the umbrella is Bunny's face, which is a caricature of Bunny Carlos's face, which I actually have the t-shirt, and the stamp says, it's like a postmark stamp, it says Venezuela, June 24th, 2016. It just came, so this album just came out last week, and I paid for it the day it came out. And on the back, or on the next image, which I think is the back of the CD, it has Bunny shoving a extra large cassette tape into the bottom of the tour bus, and the cassette tape says Greetings from Venezuela. And then the next page, there's a little liner notes written by Bunny. I'll read that for you. Let me take a sip of this fine Tecate. An old friend called me so doing the Bunny voice. An old friend called me last year and said I should finally make my long talked about covers album. I said, uh-huh. In the next 6 months, with a bassist, I managed to cut 2 basic tracks. Then the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced Cheap Trick was being inducted, and suddenly the time was right. I had a list of favorite songs I compiled over the years. My unwritten rule was serve the song. Sessions were done in 3 cities. I called members of 2 bands I perform and record with, Candy Gold in Chicago, and the Monday Night Band in Rockford. Nicholas Tremels and Daniel McMahon acted as musical directors. For the Milwaukee sessions, I went local and used Zeno's favorite players and singers. Zeno, I think, was the original singer for Cheap Trick, I believe. The guys on the, I brought this fine Tecate out. The guys on the Cheap Talk Trick Chat podcast can probably clear that up. But I think Zeno was the original singer for Cheap Trick before they were Cheap Trick. For guest vocalists, I called singers who were well represented in my CD collection, people I'd worked with and listened to for decades. It was always a blast to hear a new vocal track for the first time. Oh, I'm changing his accent now. Now he's Southern. All the singers exceeded my expectations. Looking back, I could have done the entire album with any one of the singers on this album. Special thanks to the mixers, Rick Barnes and Adam Schmidt, and Steve Hamilton, Michael Tuba, and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So there you go. And it's got liner. It's produced by Bunny Carlos, drums by Ludwig Simmons. So Bunny produced the record. Drums and percussion, all tracks Bunny Carlos. Nick Tremels, Rick Rizzo, John Stearott, Mark Greenberg, and Bunny, a.k.a. Candy Gold, played on this. Dan McMahon, Andrew Scarpacolo, Rick Pemberton, and Bunny, a.k.a. the Monday Night Band, also played on this. All songs are mastered by Howie Weinberg. All right? So why don't we just get right into this thing. It's a covers album. See if I can find something about it. Okay, it's a bunch of covers, and they're all unknown covers. It's kind of like I said at the beginning of the show, it's kind of like a Nuggets album of covers. Somebody requested, actually a couple of people asked me if I would do a track by track of this album. So I'm going to do it. This is not exactly my style of covers, but I think they're done pretty well for the kind of covers they are. The first song is I believe it's a Who song, and it's a very obscure Who song. It is called Do Something Real. No, this is not a Who song. This is actually a song by Robert Pollard, who is the singer for Guided by Voices. So it's not a Who song. This is a Robert Pollard song. Here you go. This song was before the album came out. This was released. So if you don't know, I'm going to pause it again for a second. If you don't know, if you're new to the Rock and Roll Geek scoring system, if I like it, I give it a +1. If I think it's okay, I give it a half. And if I don't like it, I give it a 0. And like I said, these are all covers, so I can't really comment on the songwriting because they're all covers. But that's the deal with the scoring. All right, do something real. Not a huge Guided by Voices fan, they're okay. I like the guy's voice.
Sidewalks chasing, citizens racing, do something real. Bloodhounds closing in on opposing men.
I will take it through the next chorus, and I'll play every song about through the chorus. Maybe a little far.
Vacation, do something real. You've been scrapped, I'm trapped at the station.
I almost want to compare it to the new Cheap Trick album.
It's fine when it's so concealed.
It's not really fair to Cheap Trick because this is a covers album.
Happiness defined by an endless field of nothing real.
I like that song. It's compared to the Cheap Trick. I think it's probably better than the first Cheap Trick song. I don't remember what's on the first Cheap Trick, but I'm going to give that one a +1. It's decent enough, and the Bunny's drums sound fine. Next song is called "America, City in the Sky." This is it. American Army. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm fucked up. Let me pause this. Okay, yeah. The next song is called "Armenia, City in the Sky," and this is actually a Who cover, which is on the first Who record, I believe. I think it is. Yeah, it's on. No, it's not on the first Who record. It's on the Who Sellout. "Armenia, City in the Sky," and the singer on this is John Stearatt. I don't know who John Stearatt is. I will look his name up while we're listening to the song. John Stearatt is actually the guy from Wilco. There you go. He plays bass for Wilco.
Close your eyes and think of this. If the rumors floating in your head are turned to facts, close your
I like this. I think this is a little more adventurous than the new Cheap Trick. I think Cheap Trick's kind of playing it safe. I think Bunny doesn't really give a shit if anybody likes it or not, which I think is a good thing.
Armenia, city in the
Armenia. What did I say? Armenia?
If you ever want to lose some time, just take off. There's no risk. If you ever want to disappear, just take off. Think of this. Armenia, city in the sky. Armenia.
So the band on the first two songs, the backing band is Candy Gold, which is Nick Tremels, Rick Rizzo, John Stearatt, Mark Greenberg, and Bunny. I like that. I'm going to give that one a +1. We're going to whip through this thing. So I'm going to do a kind of a fast track by track of the new Bunny record. I like it. I'm giving it a +1. So we're 2 out of 2 so far. The next song is called Him or Me, which is a Paul Revere and the Raiders song. Olive Hansen is singing on this tune. Taylor and Zach Hansen are sharing lead vocals. Isaac Taylor and Zach Hansen are doing background vocals. So he sent them the song, and he sent Taylor Hansen, who was the singer for Tinted Windows. That Tinted Windows album is a great album, by the way. You should have that in your collection if you like good power pop. So all the Hanson guys sang on it, and the backing band is Candy Gold, I believe. Here's Him or Me. I played this song in the last Rock and Roll Geek Show. Him or Me. This is a Paul Revere and the Raiders tune.
Now have you got yourself a brand new baby? Don't tell me, baby, is it so? I got to know what's it gonna be. Is it him or me? Him or me? Him or me? Him or me? Oh yeah. I can still recall when you told me I was all everything you look for in a man. But I know that it's not true. I've seen the way he looks at you, and I think you're gonna hang me up again. Now have you got yourself a
I kind of wish that he would have done either originals or a little bit more well-known covers, but hey, I also like the fact that he doesn't give a shit what I think, and he's doing what he wants to do. So in that regard, I give him props or kudos. I'm giving this one a +1 too. So far it's a perfect album. Little crack in the scientific rock and roll geek armor scoring system, but I like the tune. I like Taylor Hansen's vocals. All right. The next song is called I Love You No More. This is a cover by a band that I've never heard of called the Blackstones. And on vocals is Alex Dizon. And I do not know who that is, but I will find out for you, friends. I Love You No More.
I called you on the phone to tell you I love you no more, no more, no more. I love you no more, no more, no more. I love you no more, no more, no more.
Alex Dizon plays in a band called the Damnwells.
But I'm the kind of
He's a multi-platinum selling songwriter. He did not know that.
a fool.
He's written songs for Justin Bieber, Matt Hires, the Veronicas. I guess he's multi-platinum because he wrote for Justin Bieber. He's also written for the Dixie Chicks, Dave Grohl, Jayhawks,
Find the words.
Kelly Clarkson.
I let you cheat on me, and you made me blue.
I like his voice, and I like this song a lot.
I love you no more, no more, no more.
Oh, I believe, did he play in the Damnwells too?
I love you no more.
Yes, he did. He was in the Damnwells.
Back to me. Well, you know you've hurt me, but I got news for you.
It's a nice, catchy little pop
I
tune.
found another girl who will treat me true. You cheated on me, and you made me blue. I gotta say these words to you. I love you no more, no more, no more. I love you no more, no more, no more. I love you no more, no more, no more. I love you no more.
I'm positive. I'm giving that one a +1 too. How about that? All right, the next song is a Rolling Stones song. It is called Tell Me, and that is on the first Rolling Stones album, and it features Alejandro Escovedo on lead vocals.
Back again, I want your love again. I know you find it hard to reason with me.
Alejandro Escovedo is the uncle of Sheila E. And he's the brother of Pete Escovedo and Coque Escovedo.
Tell me you're coming back to me, you got it. Tell me you're coming back to me, you got it. Tell me you're coming back to me, you got it. Tell me you're coming back to me, you.
Believe it or not, I like this one too.
Before
So son of a bitch, we're 5 out of 5. This is not the kind of songs that I would love, but it sounds pretty damn good to me.
But you didn't want.
And again, Bunny doing whatever the fuck he wants to do. You gotta admire that.
Different.
And I'm sure Cheap Trick is doing what they want to do too, but I think somebody's whispering in Cheap Trick's ear about what songs they should play. Julian Raymond.
Back to me, you gotta tell me you come.
I made it through a Tecate without having to use the bathroom. I think I'll celebrate by having another Tecate.
Back to me.
Backing band on this song is Candy Gold. Alright, I'm giving that one a +1. Alright, next song is a Bob Dylan song. It's called It Takes a Lot to Laugh. And singing on this one is Dave Pirner from Soul Asylum, who I'm a fan of. I love Soul Asylum, and I'm a fan of Dave Pirner. They're coming to Soul Asylum's coming to San Francisco, or if they haven't already, I'd really like to go see that. This is called It Takes a Lot to Laugh. It Takes a Train to Cry from Bob Dylan. It's a Bob Dylan cover. I don't know which Bob Dylan album it's on, but it's a Bob Dylan song. I like the way they're performing this song. Not a fan of this song. It really doesn't really do much for me. The band actually is Dave Pirner on vocals, Daniel McMahon on guitar, Rick Pemberton on guitar, Andrew Scarpacchi on bass, and R. Dillon. Okay. Yeah, it's the, I don't know, I can't read this writing on this liner notes. This is the other band called the Monday Night Band. The Monday Night Band. A little bit more of this song. I'm gonna give this one a half. I like Dave Pirner. He's doing a decent job, just not a big huge fan of this song. Bunny sounds great. Good solo. All right, there you go. I'm giving that one a half. All right, next song is called Let the Mystery Be. This is a song originally by somebody named Iris DeMent. I don't know anything about this person. I know she's a girl, and she's like a country folk singer-songwriter girl. Totally obscure song, at least for me. Features lead vocals by Zeno, the original singer for Cheap Trick. Let the Mystery Be. Very jangly pop song. I like this. I like this guy's voice. This is the Monday Night Band doing the music.
Where we're gonna go when the whole thing's done, but no one knows for certain. That's why
he's no Robin Zander, but I like this guy's voice. Zeno.
Just let the mystery be. Some say once you're gone forever, and some say you're coming back. Some say you rest in the arms of the Savior in the sinful ways you like. Some say they're coming back in a garden bunch of charity, little sweet peas. I think I'll just let the mystery be.
I like this song. Zeno Hogan is the singer. My favorite song on the album so far. I like it. Very, very catchy.
But I've heard I'm on the road to purgatory, and I don't like the sound of that. I believe in love and live my life accordingly, but I choose to let the mystery be. Everybody's wondering what and where.
All right, I'm giving that one a +1. The next song is called Idea, which is a Bee Gees cover. I don't know which Bee Gees album it's on. Robert Pollard from Guided by Voices, again, is the lead vocalist on this song. Idea. And again, the Monday Night Band is the backup band.
Been thinking and sitting on a pole. I'm getting sick of doing what I'm told. Just me in the mirror and my brain.
Idea is the name of the 5th Bee Gees album. Came out in 1968.
Shout in my ear. Don't you think it's time you got up and stood out?
Bee Gees were a pop band before they were disco. Not a huge fan of this tune.
15 years I lay down on the ground. I couldn't feel any noise or hear any sound.
giving. I don't even like that song, to be honest with you. I'm giving that one a 0. Sorry, Bunny. Decent enough, but I don't really like that song. The next song is called Les Cactus. Or is it Les Cactus? I don't know. It's originally by Jacques Dutronc, so it's probably Les Cactus. Les Cactus. Who is Jacques Dutronc? Some guy from France. It's all I know. He's a singer, songwriter, guitarist, composer, and actor. In other words, he's probably a pompous ass, but maybe the song's good. On lead vocals is a guy named Nicholas Tremulous. All right, let's hear a little bit of Les Cactus.
Le monde entier est à Jacques. Il est impossible de s'asseoir. Dans la vie, il y a les cactus. Mange mon pied de la savoir. Aïe aïe. Oui. Aïe aïe. Dans la gorge, il y a les cactus. Dans la porte au fond, il y a les cactus. Sous la pied, il y a des cactus. Dans la télé, il y a des cactus. Aïe aïe. Oui. Aïe. Pour me défendre.
Nicholas Tremulous is in the Monday Night Band. No, is he? Yeah, he's in the Monday Night Band. No, I apologize. He is in Candy Gold. Sounds a little like Robin Zander on vocals.
Aïe aïe. Oui.
The song, kind of a basic blues progression. I like his voice, though. I think I might like Candy Gold. When I was at South by Southwest with Jasper a long time ago, Candy Gold was playing at like 4 in the morning. And I just, for the life of me, I couldn't get up to go see him.
Dans la serrure, il y a les cactus. Dans le vent, il y a des cactus. Dans la bonjour, il y a les cactus. Dans le cactus.
All right, I like Nicholas Tremulous's voice, but I'm not crazy about that song, so I'm giving it a half. The next song is called I Can Only Give You Everything, featuring Rick Rizzo on lead vocals. Rick Rizzo is in Candy Gold. He's the guitar player for Candy Gold. I Can Only Give You Everything, and this song is a Them cover. Them was Van Morrison, I believe. Not a big Them fan. But before my time.
I can't give you more than what I've got. I can't expect to give what I have not.
I like his voice. Song doesn't really thrill me. The 60s songs just kind of a little hippie-ish for me.
When all the leaves of summer turn to shades of brown, I try and I try, but baby, you know I can only give you everything. Why can't I get you?
All right, I'm giving that one a half. Next song is called Slow Down. This is actually singing on this is Alejandro Escovedo again. And this is an Alejandro Escovedo song. So he wrote it and he's singing on it. And the backing band is, let's see, the backing band, according to the liner notes, is the Candy Gold or Candy Gold. Slow down. Slow down! Here we go! And it's a slow song.
Let me take your hand. There's
something I wanna show you. Close your eyes and you can hear the music in the wind. Out on the pier,
Decent enough song.
Soul Review.
I want to give it a half. It doesn't suck.
This means to you, but it was everything to me. I was
Vocals sound a little bit like David
as
Bowie.
the sun shining on our faces.
It sounds better than When I Wake Up Tomorrow, I'll tell you that.
From some other places, slow down, slow down. It's moving much too fast.
I'm giving that one a half. Let's at least let the chorus finish.
I can't live in this moment when I'm tangled in the past. Won't you take my coat, baby, won't you wear it? There's so much I wanna share with you, every little thing I am. Put your arms around my body, feel your skin against my skin. This is where my life begins again with you. The past is gone, but it still lives inside of me. Hold on tight as we slip into.
All right, another half. The record is kind of taking a turn for the worst at everything past track 7. Started off really strong. All right, next song is also Zeno on vocals. It's a song from a band called Fran Lippo Lippi, which is a band from Norway. Have I ever heard of them? Fuck no, I've never heard of them. This is neither Candy Gold nor the Monday Night Band. This is apparently a band that Zeno put together. I don't know. It's Zeno on vocals and guitars, Char Fiore on vocals, Scott Cook on cello, Joe Ketchum on violin and viola. So it's a lot of strings on this one. Count on Me with Zeno on vocals. Here we go. Well, saying that, it's a jangly pop tune, and I like it.
One day I'll be coming home to you, but it's not in my life to make your wish come true.
Fra Lippo Lippi is was a synth pop new wave band back in the 80s.
Cause when things go wrong, I don't feel that strong at all. Oh, you can count on me. You can count on me to believe it's true. You can count on me. You can count on me to be there with you. You can count on me. You can count on me to believe in you. You can count on me. Count on me to be there with you. Every night just before I go to sleep.
All right, I like this one. I like the catchy, jangly pop
Out
tunes.
in the night.
I'm giving that one a +1. All right, one more song. It's called I Don't Mind. It features Alex Dezen on vocals again. He's the one, he did I Love You No More. This is that song written by him. This is another Damnwells song. He was in the Damnwells. This song is called I Don't Mind. Last song on the album, I Don't Mind. The Monday Night Band is the backing band. Is this album my kind of music? No, it's not.
No one sleeping time.
But I think it's a very ambitious record by Bunny Carlos.
But I'm feeling fine. Better hearts can beat it, but this one would rather be mine.
I like this song. I'm going to give it this a +1. So we're going to tally it up. Out of 13 songs, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starts off strong with 5 out of 5. It goes to a half. 5.5, 6 out of half, then a 0, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 13. Bunny.
Oh, the sky is a
What did we give the Cheap Trick album? Let me look at my archives here.
I can hear all the broken songs, but I know where I'm at. Better hearts can beat it, but this one would rather be mine.
I gave Cheap Trick 8 out of 11, and this one I get 10 out of 13. So let's do the math here. I'm going to do the baseball stats math. Sorry, math ain't me forte. 8 out of 11 is 727 batting average. The Cheap Trick. And Bunny is a 769 batting average. So I gave Bunny slightly higher than Cheap Trick. Well, there you go, friends. I hope you enjoyed the 700th episode. The 700th episode was just as damn unprofessional as the first episode. How about that? They've gotten no better, friends, but if you have been with me for 700 episodes, thank you so much. I can't imagine that anybody has. But even if you've been around for one episode, I appreciate you listening, friends. The shows are not all professional. As a matter of fact, they're all not professional, and I can't help that. It's just way it is. But thank you for listening, friends. I will try to keep going for another 700 more. If I don't die from whatever bug I have in my stomach. I could have trichinosis, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's a tapeworm. I'm thinking maybe I ate some bad raw fish, and I got some kind of a worm from the ocean. Who knows? I'll find out on Thursday, probably. I hope they don't have to do a stool sample. Ugh. All right, thank you for listening, friends. If you agree with me on this Bunny Carlos record, send me an email, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com, and say, Butler, you know you rock. Fuck it. Just send me an email, either way. Rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. You can find this show at rockandrollgeek.com. Find me on the Facebook, R&R Geek. Find me on the Twitter, R&R Geek. Find me on the Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek. Don't ask. Area code 706-621-ROCK. We'll talk to you very soon, I hope, friends. Thank you so much for listening. I'll let this song roll out.
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.